So our steps to use the central limit theorem. First thing we're going to do is we're going to check our conditions. So our conditions were stated on the previous page that our sample is random and independent. We have a large enough sample, so we're going to do a couple of quick multiplications to check that. A large enough population, we're going to do another quick multiplication to check that. If those conditions are met, then we can find our normal distribution. So when we're finding our normal distribution, what we need to calculate then is our standard error. And for the most part, we're going to round our standard error to the nearest thousandth place, which is going to give us 3 decimal values. Once we have that, we're going to go to our normal curve. And we're going to go to our normal curve to estimate some probabilities. Now, in this part, in step 3, we are going to think about section 6.2. Right? So we're going to think about section 6.2 here. Now, in section 6.2, we did a lot of problems by hand using the table. However, I promise you, since this is only one part of our entire problem, we don't want to go through and find our z-scores and use our table for all of these. So what we're going to choose to do instead is we're going to go into StatCrunch. We're going to use stat. We're going to select our normal calculator. And we are going to go through and enter our values in here to find these probabilities that we're looking for in step 3. Again, there will be more detailed StatCrunch instructions online, and then I will go through and talk about a couple of these in class to walk us through this entire process. So instead of using our Z table and going through all those steps that we did in section 6.2, you definitely want to use StatCrunch in section 7.3. So the chapter 7 test, actually the rest of the tests that we're going to look at, you are going to have to use StatCrunch in order to work through these problems. Again, it is possible to do them without, but trust me, you'll spend a lot of extra time if you're trying to work through them by hand, so you just want to get in the habit of working through and using StatCrunch for this final step.